Hi everyone, Lee from Iridium here, and another reaction to do. So I've done a few today. This will be the last one, and I didn't know this was actually going to come out. So we've had another Sunstorm single or video that's been released. This is the Frontiers project that used to have Jolene Turner fronting the project for a few albums. Probably about 4 or 5, I think, and now Ronnie Romero of Rainbow is now fronting the band. So they already brought out a single called Sunstorm, which I thought was okay. I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good. Didn't really know what to expect because I think especially the first 2 Sunstorm albums, especially the first one, was one of my top albums, man. It's probably, if we actually separated it into a AOR melodic rock record, it's going to come right up there for me. One of the best albums of that genre for years, in my opinion. Would match anything from that genre easy. Love it. And then I don't know what happened with Jolene Turner. Apparently moved on for different musical reasons, which I don't want to go into. But like I said, the last single was okay. Swan Song, I thought it was all right. It sort of carried on that sort of melodic sort of side that they've got, because I was a bit worried about Ronnie Romero being in the band and whether they'd change their style too much, because I like Sunstorm, I think they're good. So this new one's called Afterlife, which is the title track of the album that's coming out. I think it's coming out in April. So Afterlife is the song. So here we go. Here we go. I'm interested to see if this is going to carry on that sort of same sort of vibe that the first single did, which was okay. So here we go. I'm going to stop it there because I always do halfway through. So my views on this. So I actually like the song. I think it's a good song. But what it is completely different, even than that first song that came out. But it's obviously a million miles away from the original Sunstorm project. You know, this has got a lot of people riled up. Not this song, I mean in general, that Ronnie Romero is fronting Sunstorm. That ain't the case for me. I think he's a great singer. I think apparently he's taken a load of stick online as well, and I don't understand that, because he's a really good singer, but this ain't the Sunstorm, you know, that I know. And it probably backs up the case that this would be a very good song in itself. It is a very good song, but it sort of backs the case up. What everyone's saying is that it ain't the same band anymore. and shouldn't be called Sunstorm. I do agree with that. You know, if you're going to completely change your sound and go from an AOR band, which Sunstorm sort of were, AOR with touches of melodic rock, sometimes heavy rock, this is completely different. But listen, I'm not saying it's a bad song. I actually quite like it. I think it's good. It's got a lot of energy. But this ain't the same. And to tell you the truth, them last few albums with Jolene Turner, I didn't get on with them. I didn't get on with them albums either. The first two I thought were brilliant, especially the first one. And then I think the third went off the rails a bit, and the last one I thought was nowhere near. And even Jolene Turner would say that. It went to something different that it was meant to be. But this is even more different. So to talk about the song in general, the way it is, I quite like it. And I'm not usually into fast songs. I think it's really catchy. It's got a real energy about it. But perhaps this is what I was fearing, that Ronnie Romero belongs in bands like, the Ferrymen and stuff he's doing, with Magnus Carlsen, all that sort of stuff. The more heavier side, the more Dio-esque sort of stuff. Because, this truth be told, I know he's compared to Dio quite a bit, but, I don't know about that. Dio's just fucking miles ahead of anyone. But he's in that genre of metal, not AOR. And, even though I think he'd done quite a good go at that Swan song, that weren't too bad. This is a good song in its own right, but it's not AOR, and they've had to change the style because it's not that AOR melodic rock stuff. If I played this song, if this was Ronnie Romero in a band and it was called Ronnie Romero solo project or whatever, you know what? It's a good song in itself. So that's how I need to look at this. I'm trying to compare it to Sunstorm, but it's the people that are backing this to be Sunstorm. It shouldn't have been. It never should have been. It should have just been Ronnie Romero or a completely different name. Because now I was all behind this, thinking, that's good, a fresh take on it, and I think it needs a bit of revitalising. I think it needs something fresh, something different. But the actual Sunstorm name is putting me off of the song, and it shouldn't do. It's a good song, but not as Sunstorm. Sunstorm, that first album, man, is just one of the most amazing albums I've ever heard. And this is nothing. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Got the cat annoying me now as well, just to add to it. But, you know what, it's got a lot of energy. Like I said, I think it's a good song in itself. So, thumbs up for the song itself. And that's why it's a completely different sound, because I think it had to be, Imagine Jolene Turner, some of them songs, Keeps a Night, for instance, off the first album. That song, and Heart Over Mind, and things like, that wouldn't suit Ronnie Romero's voice whatsoever with it. So you can understand the direction. I can't understand why they're calling it Sunstorm. I can see why it's upset people, but there's no need for fucking abuse. That's a different matter altogether, because the guy's got a good voice, and at the end of the day, all right, he's doing a lot of projects, but that's up to him. Good luck to him. Do you know what I mean? But the people these online fucking bullies, they need to shut the fuck up, because that's not fair. That's not fair at all. So anyway, my assumption so far, before I get back in song, it's a good song in its own right. If I heard this song and it was called Ronnie Romero, or it was called something else, I think, fucking hell, that's a good song. So I've got to say it's a good song. Just not happy about it being, a Sunstorm song, when the memories of Sunstorm for me are just fucking amazing. But let's go. It's a good song though. Let's see the rest of this, because the guitarist is fucking good as well. So here we go. So the song itself, I think it was good. I think it's a good song. It's really catchy, loads of energy. I don't know what members have come and gone, how many. All I know is the main thing is I know Jolene Turner ain't in them anymore. But what they have done is brought a lot of energy back to this band, because I think the first album had a lot of energy, but in a different way. The Sunstorm album, and the second one as well. So my assumption is very good song, very good song. I'm really impressed with the song itself. It's a million miles away from Sunstorm, so you need to forget. I need to forget about that now. It's not Sunstorm anymore. It's a different band. We're using that name, but it ain't the same band anymore. It just doesn't sound the same. But I'll tell you, that fucking guitarist is amazing, by the way. He is absolutely amazing. That solo was fucking mental. You know what makes me laugh though? I mean, I don't know who actually put there was a statement put out about Jolene Turner, and he's moving on because he wants to do heavier stuff. That's fucking a lot heavier, I think, than anything Jolene Turner will do, isn't it? That's just like one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. You know, it's a shame it parted that way, but that's the way it goes. But a good song in its own right. I actually really like it. You know what? It's completely different than that first song, but I actually prefer it than the first song that we brought out, Swan Song. I actually like the song as it is. I've got no problem with it whatsoever. Ronnie Romero's got a brilliant voice. It's nice and catchy. But you just got to forget that it's not Sunstorm. Look at it like a new band. That's what I'm going to do. A brand new band that never existed. This is a brand new start, a brand new band. Because you can't fucking compare it. You know, it's just fucking chalk and cheese, black and white. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for listening. What do you think of this new project? Do you actually like the song? If you think about the song in itself, is it a good song? Let me know in the comments below. Stop comparing it to Sunstorm like I am. But the song itself, do you like it? Do you think it's good? I do. And I'll see you next time.